preparation for this was astronomical.
Following tradition, a long row of trucks, floats, and horse trailers begin to converge on Pasadena as dawn breaks on a new year. This year, the California State Guard's 26th MOD is among them. Spending the chilly January night preparing and making final preparations for the Tournament of Roses, or the Rose Parade.
I'm going to be giving out the wristbands. All right, we'll have all the walkers here. The rosettes are to be worn on the right side of your horse's bridle. The farrier is going to come by and do a spot check of horses. The biggest problem is going to be the B-1 bomber flying over. Remember, the stealth bomber was going to go over nice and quiet, but they're all grounded because of a fire. There's going to be a B-1 bomber. Two B-1 bombers. They are loud. These guys are going to be flying 1,000 feet over the parade route. When they get over the parade route, they're going to turn on the afterburners or whatever. It's going to be loud. Staff Sergeant Chambers.
The outwalkers, we need to leave a minimum of 2 feet between ourselves and a blue line either to the right or to the left along the curb.
All right, guys, try to get a good night's sleep. Let's take care of our horses right now, okay? Yeah, this is the first time that the California State Guard has been in the Tournament of Roses parade. Some of our members back in 2017 were in it, but we were part of the Philippine Scouts Heritage Society's 26th Mounted Operations Detachment. 50 million people watch it on TV, and there are 1 million people on the parade route watching it. So it's probably the most prestigious parade. And so as a result, it's very, very selective. And many people apply, bands, floats, etc., and they don't get in. Fortunately, because of our unique status as a military organization, being one of the only state guards that has a mounted unit, we were selected. The 26th MOD originally was a ceremonial unit. Around 2018, 2019, they decided that we should become more operational. That is to say, we should do things such as search and rescue, large animal evacuation, security patrols, and be more in line with the first responders. Because horses have a unique capacity to provide different services in emergencies. Because horses have acute senses of hearing and sight, they can really help an awful lot in search and rescue. And then they can get into areas much quicker than searchers on foot. So people see many benefits to horses in search and rescue, and the military is an ideal organization that could assist in a natural disaster. The Philippine Scouts, the Philippines was part of the United States from about 1900 to 1947. And during World War II, there were Filipino service members that were part of the United States Army. And these people were called the Philippine Scouts. And they had infantry, they had artillery, they also had cavalry. And the cavalry unit was called the 26th U.S. Cavalry Philippine Scouts. And they were actually the last cavalry unit in the history of the United States to participate in a charge in battle. And that took place in 1942, in January of 1942, on Luzon at a place called Morong. And in that particular battle, the enemy was coming across a river, coming into a town, and it just so happened that a troop of 26 cavalrymen, were going into the town to reconnoiter, and they saw the enemy there. And as soon as they saw them, they formed line abreast and they charged. And with their 45s blazing and they're yelling, they actually, they made the enemy retreat in time to keep the bridge that was there and allow American service members to escape. And that was the last charge of the U.S. Cavalry. And we decided to do something in memory, and we created the Philippine Scouts Heritage Society 26 Cav to honor their legacy. We're going from a ceremonial to an operational platform. What we're going to be doing, search and rescue, patrol, and a large animal rescue. So we're really, really turning the corner. Back, 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 back. Good girl. Good girl.
The first Tournament of Roses was in 1890 on January 1st. It was organized by the Valley Hunt Club members. The abundance of flowers in the midst of winter prompted the club to add a parade before the competition, where entrants would decorate carriages with hundreds of colorful flowers. The Rose Bowl college football game was added in 1902. Then horse-drawn carriages covered in flowers, followed by foot races, polo matches, and a game of tug-of-war. Over the years, the parade added marching bands, motorized floats, and it's seen by millions of people around the world. Activities soon included ostrich races, bronco-busting demonstrations, and an odd novelty race between a camel and an elephant. The elephant won the race, by the way. Soon reviewing stands were built along the parade route, and still today people set up the night before, just like those in the old days. More than a century later, the parade floats have become state-of-the-art technology, all tucked away beneath flowers and other all-natural materials, and the preparations for the next year's parade already begins almost as soon as the old one ends. The Pasadena Tournament of Roses Association now runs the event and chooses those who are to participate. In the days leading up to the parade, floats slowly make their way to the starting points, as does the riders and horses, and for this year's parade, the California State Guard Mounted Operations Detachment arrives to set up it the night before.
At 4:30 in the morning, we got activity back. After a few hours of sleep, now it's time to get ready for the big day.
And in the early hours as the show's about to begin, we are awoken by some of the new horseless riders.
Is that the first parade for the horses?
No.
Outstanding.
This was in the 4th of July parade, Veterans Day parade, and did AT and the FTX in October.
So they know what to expect.
They know what to expect.
LT,
Morning.
how was your night?
Outstanding. It was warm. They're very comfortable.
This is not your first parade.
Not my first rodeo.
So was there a lot of preparation for you that went into this?
Oh, absolutely. Every day, a lot of equipment, the horse, every day, absolutely.
How's the horse doing?
Oh, he's doing fantastic.
Coming on, guys, ready?
Excellent.
We've got about an hour, guys, to get to be ready.
You got it, sir.
No, look, see?
On the inside.
The 26th Mounted Operations Detachment is part of the California State Guard. The mission of the California Guard is to provide a trained and organized military reserve force under the exclusive control of the governor. The State Guard is capable of accomplishing state emergency responsibilities normally assigned to the National Guard when the Guard is federalized or otherwise not available, in addition to its general support of National Guard missions. The California State Defense Guard was formed in 1917, along with the call-up for World War I. It thereafter became known as the California Military Reserve, and again mobilized for World War II, and from then known as the California State Guard. Then, with some 75,000 soldiers on duty serving the state during the Second World War, guarding hundreds of miles of coastline and lines of communication, also charged with protecting key facilities and vital installations such as water supplies, oil refineries, ports, and bridges, including the Golden Gate Bridge. Especially during times of war and conflict has the California Guard been elevated to serve the state.
This is now our new normal. It is one disaster after another. That is our purpose, to respond to the needs of this great state we serve.
In recent years, the California State Guard has been activated for fire control, floods. The 2020 riots were called up along with almost 80,000 National Guard's troops throughout the country. The CSG also serves many humanitarian missions, such as food banks and packing supplies for the Ukraine. The CSG works closely with FEMA, the National Guard, and comprises of an Army, Maritime, and Air Force component, and has recently stood up a cybercrime unit. and is often utilized as instructors for other military forces such as the Army and the National Guard.
Well, they're getting ready. You can see they're munching right now, and we're going to brush them out and start getting them all saddled up. But I don't think they know what they're in for quite yet, and so we'll see here in a bit. They're ready for it. You know, riders and horses are ready for it. The preparation for this was astronomical, especially for the riders. I mean, everybody partook, but leadership just really jumped in all the way down to the newest member. It was astronomical. Getting the horses ready, you know, crossing the T's, dotting the I's. I mean, just the amount of red tape that we had to go through. But mainly just, you know, the rides, the parades, everything leading up to this event. The preparation, making sure that everybody was ready, making sure our blankets all matched, that our saddles were ready. Just the littlest detail.
The horses had to get used to each other.
Horses had to get used to each other. Rider and horses have to get used to each other. And also being in this environment, you know, it's sensory overload. And so we have Lieutenant E out stressing, you know, the horses and riders, making sure that, you know, sirens going off and music blaring and strange people coming up to the horses and them being okay with it. That was a challenge. It was a lot of work.
All the horses are the rider's own horses' responsibilities.
Yes, absolutely. Some of the horses are leased, but the majority, exactly, it's our own, personally owned.
So for every one of the riders in the guard, they bring their own horse.
Yes, absolutely.
This is not the cavalry you originally started with, is it?
No, absolutely not. I was actually 3rd Infantry Division, mounted, but we dealt more with Humvees and Bradleys, so completely different for me.
As opposed to those things?
Absolutely, yeah. These are a little bit different. Different kind of fuel for these guys.
So this is your first parade with us?
This is my third parade. Yep, first Rose Bowl parade, Rose Parade. This is my 3rd parade though, yeah.
So how much work was it to put all this together for the unit?
Logistics-wise, a lot, yeah. Definitely new for me. But everyone came together, worked really well together, got all our training, our certs, everything, documents, put together real well. And, you know, seeing everyone come together as a team like this is it's pretty amazing.
Well, we have to keep coming back.
A little hectic right now. We've got to gather up all of our outwalkers for a final showdown.
So this is where you're busy and it's crunch time.
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Yeah, I am.
All right, we're the outwalkers.
It's been amazing. Worth every second. At least we're all present and accounted for.
We haven't lost anybody from the staging area. That's a good statistic.
Good girl. She got her best side too.
The extremely loud, noisy B-2 bombers overflight is one of those things that keeps us all with one eye to the sky, wondering exactly how the forces will react. It's not exactly one of those things they're used to.
How are you feeling up there?
I'm great. A little cold though.
Well, you're not moving on. It's all about the waiting now.
Yes, sir.
The hallmark of military tradition is about waiting.
Hurry up and wait.
And all the horses passed the flyover with flying color. So now the parade can officially begin for us.
California, Marshal Major Frank Diambao.
Happy New Year, guys! Happy New Year! Wave, smile, look to the right, look to the right. Okay, all right. Happy New Year!
The troopers are riding those gorgeous Palomino Mustangs from the Bureau of Land Management's Wild Horse and Burro program. Burros are donkeys, in case you don't know. They are among the more than 240,000 Mustangs and burros placed by the Bureau since 1971. Representing the California Military Department, here is the California State Guard 26th Mounted Operations Detachment. Known as the official state defense force for California, the Guard recruits and trains the state's entire military reserve force. They are under the marshalship of Major Frank Diambao. The 26th is turning the corner in 2023 by adding search and rescue and large animal evacuations to the resume.
That parade was incredible. The people, I think just seeing the people and their attitude and their appreciation. You know, we're coming out of COVID, people are kind of bitter. I didn't see that today. Cool to see people waving and smiling and just, you know, people standing for the military and just, there's a lot of, get a little choked up.
Everything went smoothly and we enjoyed it.
Did the horse enjoy it?
I think so.
What do you think, buddy?
Oh my gosh, it was amazing.
Any memorable moments?
Well, the little girl, the little two-year-old girl, it's like, I carried her back. It's like, no. No, it was amazing. It was, the horses were great, the crowds were great, riders, everybody did an amazing job. Couldn't be prouder.
Family Day.
Family Day.
It was very good, very good. There were a number of things that happened. There was a gentleman that actually fell down, and he broke his arm, his wrist, and he hit his head. And they called for paramedics. So our troopers, who were EMTs, were the first ones over there to help him.
Went great. We did a really good job. They did great with the flyover, and they were perfect the whole time.
It was very, very good. Crowd was very energetic, and it was huge.
All in all, we had quite an experience. But the horses did well. There was a lot of century stuff going on. A lot, poppers and planes. But fortunately, it went well.
And from the Rose Parade, members of the 26th MOD wishes everybody a Happy New Year. It's an honor to serve, and if you might be interested in joining the California State Guard, please go to our website for more information. We're always looking for talented individuals